congratulations. We are here for the Chinese Grand Prix sprint qualifying. Let's go. It is just me today. Lewis is going to work. It is a Friday. He's work early this morning, so he is not here today. He'll be on tomorrow morning, whereas I won't be. So yeah, here for sprint qualifying. Sprint qualifying. This works similarly to qualifying, where our first session is just a bit shorter, second session is just a bit shorter, third session is a bit shorter. So we got 12 minutes for session 1, 10 minutes for session 2, and 8 minutes for session 3. Obviously, 5 cars getting knocked out in session 1, 5 cars being knocked out in session 2, and then the top 10 shootout. And this is for the sprint race tomorrow morning. I just had to think then. Yes, tomorrow morning is this sprint race. 3 a.m. British time. Lewis will be up and awake for that. I will not be. So yeah, I mean, we're about to get underway any minute now. Let's have a look. Well, have a think about what happened in FP1. So, Lando Norris looked dominant as he did in Australia. Hang on a minute. Kimi Antonelli. Hi. We're here for the Formula 1. Hi, Megan. Hello. We're here to watch the Formula 1. Hello. Hello, hello. So, FP1 was this morning. It was free practice. Not much went on, really. I mean, Lando Norris kicking off where he kicked off last weekend in Australia. Top of the timings by about almost half a second, but Ferrari appear to be back on the pace with the McLarens putting in a P2 and a P4 for Lewis Hamilton. Oscar Piastri splitting them. George Russell just a bit further back. However, both Red Bulls down 16th and 19th and 18th in FP1, which is quite high from England. Yes, so Red Bull, it'll be interesting to see if they do have the pace in sprint quali, if they were just masking it a bit in FP1. Hulkenberg putting in a great lap in FP1, going P6. Very good lap. Jack Doohan obviously causing that red flag. Not his fault. Car-related issue. We're just... Oh, power issue change, apparently, for Jack Doohan. So that'll be good. So medium tyres are mandatory in session 1. So they have to run new medium compounds in this session, as Mr. Martin Brundle has just said, as well as the next session. And then it's mandatory soft tyres for SQ3. We're just building onto a lap with Max Verstappen now on the mediums, putting in 2 purple sectors. He's looking like he'll be first man to complete a lap, unless there's a couple people ahead of him. Someone has just popped in a purple middle sector. Not sure who. Gabriel Bortoletto does go top. I expect Max Verstappen to go ahead of him here. Yuki Tsunoda going to the top here. I anticipate a good showing from Yuki this weekend, hopefully. And Max does go top. It is expected, but 9/10, that's not as expected. Hamilton around the same pace as Max Verstappen here. Isaac Hadjar beating his teammate Yuki Tsunoda. That's good from Hadjar. Wow. Bloody hell. Hamilton level with Max. Here, very level with Max. Surface looking good. Antonelli about 4/10 back from Max Verstappen and Hamilton. So, obviously this track, new track surface last year. Obviously, grip isn't where you want to be. Had a few people going off in FP1. He's got that happen pretty well here. He did go off there in FP1. Hamilton around the final corner, keep it out the gravel. Did well there, slightly wide. Goes top ahead of Max Verstappen by a 10th. Very good from Lewis Hamilton. And that is what you didn't want to do. Kimi Antonelli. 4/10, third fastest. Where's Charles Leclerc? Behind Hamilton by 10/1000th of a second. That is surprising. But good lap from Hamilton, good lap from Charles. They are close. And Lando Norris is on a good lap here. Lawson, decent lap, 5/10, 4/10 off his teammate. It's not awful from Lawson. I mean, we expect Max Verstappen's teammate to probably be 2-3 tenths back. Lando Norris only going P3 here, so Ferraris are at 1 and 2. Oh, no. Piastri's gone half a second quicker than Lewis Hamilton. Well, that's just killed the buzz. McLaren showing the pace. Great. But Hamilton hitting second, Leclerc hitting third. Ferrari looking a lot better than what they did in Australia. Fernando Alonso hitting up P2. Where's that come from in the Aston Martin? Hulkenberg P8 beating Liam Lawson. Wow, that's crucial. That is crucial. Where has Fernando come from? That's a great lap from Fernando. So this is medium tyre running. I mean, you would have to say, I would say Verstappen up are pretty safe here in SQ1. I don't anticipate 5 drivers being faster than that and them getting knocked out. So I'd say Verstappen up is safe. So those who aren't safe, I mean, we'll just watch George Russell finish his lap, see where he does put this car. He's gone P6. Half a second off the pace. I mean, you're saying half second off the pace, but he is thereabouts with the likes of Hamilton, Leclerc, Norris, Verstappen. Antonelli, everyone from Antonelli down will definitely need to do a lap again, not to avoid being knocked out here. But I would say Verstappen, Russell, both Ferraris, both McLarens, and Fernando Alonso, somehow, is safe here for this first part of qualifying. Yuki complaining that George Russell was in the way. So Lance Stroll. So we know Fernando Alonso has gone second in his Aston Martin. Lance Stroll and Ollie Behrman have been noted for impeding. Oh, we would like to see that. But yeah, no, Fernando Alonso in the Aston Martin, P2. His teammate in the other Aston Martin, Lance Stroll, P14. Almost 1 second behind Fernando. It's not great, is it? Williams don't look as competitive as they did in Australia. I mean, we'll have to wait and see if they can put in the laps. But Carlos Sainz currently going out. He needs a good lap here, Carlos Sainz. Obviously, new team, new car, getting used to it. Didn't have the learning chance in Australia as he spun out and hit the wall. But let's see. I mean, George Russell has been noted for potentially impeding Yuki Tsunoda. I mean, let's wait and see what happens with Behrman and Stroll. Jack Doohan is the current driver that is on the fringe in the Alpine. P15. These guys are all coming out onto their laps now. If you can get a toe down this main straight, you're in. I think that's the crucial thing, is finding a toe down that straight, but not in Sector 2. If you're finding a toe in Sector 2, it's just going to offset you and you'll go off. Pierre Gasly going into P8. That's a very good lap. Jack Doohan beating his teammate, P8. Wow. That is surprising. I think he did get that toe that I was on about. I think Jack Doohan could be safe here. Pierre Gasly on the fringe, let's say. Let's wait and see. I hate that Duracell battery on top of that Williams. Why have they put the Duracell battery logo there? They've done it for years and I don't like it. Carlos Sainz on the pace of what he needs. Lance Stroll, obviously now the current driver, at risk after Doohan's put in a very good lap time in that Alpine, beating Pierre Gasly. Everyone hitting green, Sector 1s here. So Sainz needs a very good lap. And he's up. And he's up just over 1/10 of a second up on what he needs. But let's remember, Lance Stroll is on a lap. Isaac Hadjar, 0.3 off Oscar Piastri, who is on pole. That is Fernando Alonso pace at P2. Same with Lance Stroll. Wow, so these are going quick. Alex Albon goes into P8 ahead of both Alpines. Very good lap by Alex Albon. Lando Norris goes top by 0.3 of a second to his teammate. Antonelli going third, 0.6 off, ahead of Fernando Alonso. Carlos Sainz pipping Alex Albon. Isaac Hadjar fifth, ahead of both Ferraris. Very good lap. That is enough for Isaac Hadjar, I would say. Lance Stroll ahead of Max Verstappen. Good lap by Stroll. Good lap, crucial lap. Yuki Tsunoda goes now ahead of Stroll. Very good. That's Pierre Gasly out. Bortoletto has just pushed Pierre Gasly out. Liam Lawson is out again. Wow. Leclerc goes second now ahead of Piastri. So Ferrari showing a little bit of pace there. Here comes Ollie Behrman. Verstappen going up to fourth. No further investigation between Stroll and Behrman. Behrman goes ninth in the Haas. Wow. That's both Alpines out. Hamilton goes top by nearly 0.2 to Lando. Can Hülkenberg and Ocon get out and push Bortoletto and Alex Albon out here? Great lap by Ollie Behrman in that Haas. Russell pipping his teammate Antonelli here. Hülkenberg out qualified by his teammate again, and Ocon out qualified. Wow. So, in SQ1, Ollie Behrman, rookie, beating his experienced teammate. Bortoletto beating his experienced teammate. Jack Doohan beating his experienced teammate. We're not saying about Liam Lawson, he finished last. Isaac Hadjar, very good lap, beating Yuki Tsunoda. So let's wait and see. Yuki can obviously finish ahead. What has Lawson done here? Oh, he's got on the curb, gone on track limits. It's his mistake. Oh, bloody hell. He's not going well for Lawson. Ocon kicking up the gravel at the end there. It's not great, but again, Gabriel Bortoletto making it into SQ2. Nico Hulkenberg not. Only 2 tenths between Bortoletto in 15th and Liam Lawson in 20th. With Lewis Hamilton top of SQ1. With both, well, not Oscar, but Lando and Charles setting times around him. So Hamilton appearing to have grips of that Ferrari, and the Ferrari appears to have that pace that we expected them to have in Australia. That was a very good SQ1. You couldn't tell what was going on there, but so waiting for SQ2 now. Obviously this session even shorter, only 10 minutes. Obviously we expect the big hitters to make it through. Obviously Lawson was supposed to be one of the big hitters in that Red Bull. Going out is stone dead last. So we expect the big hitters, Mercedes, Ferrari, McLaren and Max. So 7 drivers to go through. So who will fill that other 3? I mean, if one of them 7 has a poor lap, could be more availability there. But we remember, medium tyres again, 10-minute session instead of a 12-minute session. It's crucial to get your laps in at the right time. We should have enough time to do 2 laps each. Let's see, can Ferrari carry that pace over and challenge McLaren, Lando and Oscar? That'll be crucial to see. Can Mercedes bring themselves in the fight? I think they're looking a bit off. Max, again, maybe slightly off. I think it could just be a shootout between McLaren and Ferrari here for sprint pole position. And that is very good for me because on my predictions, me and Lewis have done our preview predictions on the Undercut channel. Titled Are Ferrari Back? Preview predictions. I have gone with Ferrari are back. And this is very good news for me and my preview predictions. Not very good for Lewis. Although he has gone very safe with McLaren. Lawson just apologising, probably realising that that Red Bull seat is not what you want to be. Right. Lawson struggling for grip there. Really struggling in that Red Bull. He can't sort them tyres out. I mean, is that down to the Red Bull? Maybe slightly down to his inexperience. We've got to remember, I think it is his first time round China. But he is not full of confidence in that Red Bull. That Red Bull is difficult to drive, as we know. It's very tailored to Max Verstappen. So, yeah, I think we got to... there's a little bit of leniency for Lawson, but he shouldn't be going out last. What's he done at the hair? Yeah, couple bites of the cherry and the hairpin as well. He's not enjoying it. SQ2 is beginning Karun. Thank you for that, Liam Lawson. So both Mercedes coming out early here. So confirmation out in SQ1. Last was Liam Lawson, 20th. We had Nico Hulkenberg, 19th. Esteban Ocon, 18th. Pierre Gasly, 17th. And Jack Doohan, 16th. However, Alpine are saying that both Doohan and Gasly, that's a mouthful, Doohan and Gasly were knocked out, or not knocked out, blocked, impeded, as they put it, on their qualifying laps. Why are we looking at Valtteri Bottas? I do question the cameramen for Formula 1 sometimes. Mercedes have not shown up yet. No further investigation between Russell and Tsunoda from earlier in SQ1. And Antonelli is starting his lap. Oh, huge snap by Gabriel Bortoleto. Very good from the rookie. Obviously, in that stakes Sauber, not a very good car. But that's 2 qualifying sessions now. He's managed to get it into the second session. He's a man in the lap, as the Mercedes. I think Mercedes is doing 2 warm-up laps here. This is the last year of Sauber in Formula 1. Obviously, they are becoming Audi next year. Let's remember that. Audi are coming into Formula 1. Audi have a very rich history in motorsport, pretty much winning in everything that they have competed in. So I'll be interested to see, are they on the pace of the big runners? I don't expect it to be in their first year. Maybe in 3, 4, 5 years' time, Audi could be one of the front runners. Lando Norris hitting 2 purple sectors here. He's flying. Where's Max Verstappen go? 31.5. That's faster than what he did in first part. Norris goes 31.1. Leclerc has bailed. What's happened to Charles? He's had a bit of a snap. Yeah, He went a bit wide, get on the curb, bit snap. The grip went. Brundle. George Russell on a lap. Lewis Hamilton, 32-1. Not a very good lap. Here comes George Russell. Charles Leclerc going on a lap now. Oscar Piastri. Obviously, Lando Norris is his teammate. Did a 31-1. Where is Oscar Piastri in the other McLaren? Coming around the final corner now. 1/10, almost just under 2/10 off. That isn't bad from Oscar Piastri. He's thereabouts, keeping it nice and close. Where is Charles Leclerc? Nine tenths. 32-1. Same sort of time as where Hamilton and George Russell are at. Struggling with tyres. Oh. Right, so here we go. I think this is Isaac Hadjar starting a lap here. Oh, he had a wobble. Yuki Tsunoda. This is it. This is his one and only lap. He needs a good lap here. 10th down on Lando Norris. Again, still only a 10th down. Very good from Yuki Tsunoda, this. Same with Lance Stroll. Hamilton going purple ahead of Norris in Sector 2 here. That's a lovely toe by Hajar. That will help Yuki. Hajar needs to get on with it if he wants to go put a lap in here. He's got 15 seconds to get round. Where will Yuki be? 4th. Very good lap. Where is Stroll? 4th. He gets ahead of Yuki. Crucial. Crucial that from Stroll. Great lap, but here comes Hamilton. 3rd. That's not bad. That'll be good enough. Leclerc 5th. Ooh. Alonso only 8th. Behrman 9th. That is putting him top 10. Hajar is out. Sainz 12th still. Russell is in the bottom 5. He needs a lap. Bortoletto. Albon goes 5th. Good lap by Albon. Good lap. Both Mercedes are currently in the drop zone. They need laps here. Behrman and Alonso are the 2 drivers at risk. Tsunoda, Stroll, and Albon at through. If Stroll makes it through, he's out-qualified. Fernando Alonso here. Antonelli. Where will Russell go? Alonso out. Now then, if that top 6 is that top 6, well, including Albon and Leclerc, top 8. There's 3 tenths between them. Wow. That could be very, very interesting. I see Hajar with the mistake going out P15. But Fernando Alonso, after setting really good pace in SQ1, is out in SQ2. And his teammate Lance Stroll ahead of him. Wow. So, Hajar 15th out. Bortoletto 14th out. So we expected him to be out. Carlos Sainz. Albon up in 7th. Carlos Sainz, Albon's teammate, down in 13th. Be going out. Behrman 12th out in the Haas. We expected that one as well. And Fernando Alonso, one of the pace setters in SQ1, out P11. Right, we are gearing up for the top 10 shootout now. We do want a top 10 shootout here, and a good one at that. And it's looking good. Obviously, we've got a Williams in there, and an RB in there. Lance Stroll in there. Anything can happen with Lance Stroll in there. Both Ferraris making it. Both McLarens. Max Verstappen. Both Mercedes. As we expected, the top 7 are through. The final 3 are Albon, Tsunoda, and Stroll. Can any of them trouble that top 7? That'll be the question. So we have 8-minute session this time. So we had a 12-minute session, SQ1, 10-minute SQ2, 8-minute for SQ3. Soft tyre running this time. Mandatory fresh soft tyres. So, all or nothing for your sprint pole, who will get pole for the race tomorrow morning. Maryland. They do look good. Maryland cookies. Kind of want them. Oh. Oh. Both Ferraris are through. Charles Leclerc not happy. Ferrari instructed him to let Lewis through on their warm-up laps. It's quite interesting. I mean, I think it was last weekend Charles was the lead driver in terms of going out first, setting his lap time first. Could be Lewis this weekend, so he might have priority. Obviously, when Lewis was at Mercedes, Mercedes tended to do Lewis one weekend, George another weekend, who would be ahead. So it's looking like they're doing that at Ferrari potentially. It's Lewis this weekend. So McLarens are coming out on track now on the soft tyres. McLaren appear to not have the issue with struggling setting up the tyres as everyone else is. What is going on with this graphic? Come on, F1. Sort out this graphic. We need that graphic to see the order. Alex Albon, another very good showing, obviously backing up his showing in Australia here in China. So let's remember Yuki Tsunoda is through in SQ3 here. Liam Lawson out, finishing P20. So Tsunoda in the top 10 shootout, Liam Lawson in the Red Bull, last. So if you know Formula One, you know what is going on there between the two Red Bull, well, one Red Bull driver and one sister Red Bull driver. So, yeah, that's very interesting. Obviously, Australia, Yuki Tsunoda ahead of Lawson for the whole weekend there. If he does it here this weekend, serious questions do need to be asked. Even with that Red Bull being tailored to Max, and that second driver will always struggle in that car, they shouldn't be losing to the sister team like that. Norris and Piastri level in Sector 1. And McLaren just looks hooked up. It just looks so hooked up. The drivers can just throw it, like similar to what we had with Max in his Red Bull dominance, Lewis in his Mercedes dominance. These drivers can just throw it where they want and it'll go. Piastri a 30.9. Great lap. It is. Norris 4/10 back. Antonelli 31.7 miles back. George Russell second ahead of Norris. Wow. Good lap from George. Very good lap from George. Valtteri Bottas next to Toto Wolff. What can Ferrari do here? Great lap. Oh, Lando had a slide there. He had a huge slide there, and that's cost him all down the straight. Riccardo Adami, Hamilton's race engineer. Lewis Hamilton does know how to drive around China. He has all the records that you need to know about around this track. Lovely sector 1 from Lewis Hamilton. Charles Leclerc on the pace as well. So Ferraris are on the pace with Oscar Piastri here. This could look very good. So if these Ferraris will just have one lap. Who is that? It's Oscar Piastri going quick again. Someone else is going again. Norris is even faster. Hamilton up in the middle sector. Leclerc there as well. Piastri down on himself. Here comes Hamilton. Can Hamilton snatch pole position away here? He needs a good last sector, good last corner here to have a chance to beat Piastri. He's hooked that up. Oh, he goes top. He does go top with a 30.8. Where is Charles? Charles goes third. Where is the two McLarens? Second. Norris pitting. Hamilton is on provisional pole. Where is Verstappen? Where is Verstappen? He's going green. It's not enough for Hamilton. What does he do in the middle sector? He's a 10th. Can Max muster a good last sector here? Where is Yuki Tsunoda and Alex Albon as well? Albon on a good lap as well here. Where will Max put this Red Bull? Has he hooked up a good last sector? Can he nick this pole position away? It's a good last corner. Go second! Wow. Where is Albon and Tsunoda gonna go? P8 ahead of Stroll. Where is Yuki? P8 for Yuki. Best of the rest. Lewis Hamilton. Sprint pole. Hamilton, Verstappen front row again. Hamilton surprised he got pole. Ferrari, as I said, are back. They are back, and that is going to set up a mighty good race. Sprint race. Hamilton versus Verstappen into turn 1. Who wouldn't want to get up at 3 a.m. for that one? Wow. Right, so as I said, Lewis will be back with you at 3 a.m. tomorrow UK time for this sprint race where Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen lock out the front row together. I'll see you in a bit.